Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather Corinne, and today we're going to be creating this beautiful bulky wool woven wreath. It's got a minimalist appeal to it. I absolutely love how it turned out. I'll post a list of materials we'll be using in the description below, as well as a link to my blog post where I've typed this tutorial out for you. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot to be able to create these free tutorials for you, so thank you very much. Let's get started. We'll be using a 12-inch wire wreath form, but you could obviously get any size you'd like, some jute, and some size 7 bulky wool yarn. I got this from my local Hobby Lobby, but you could get any brand that you'd like, and then any greenery that you want to add to the finished wreath. We'll also be using a pair of scissors or a wire cutter to complete this project. To begin, I'm going to create a little hook to hang our wreath from, just so that we have something to hang it with instead of hanging it directly by the wreath. So I've cut a piece of jute and strung it behind one of the posts, and I'm just going to tie it in a simple knot and trim off any of that excess jute. We'll want to make sure that the knot is on the inside behind the wreath so that we can weave over it, and all that will be visible on the finished product is the little loop. So taking our wool yarn, you can see that it naturally wants to split down the center. So we're going to be working with half of the yarn for this entire project. So we're just going to cut off sections and split it in half. So you want it to be bulky, but if we use the entire thing, it's not going to fit through the wreath form very well. So here is my first piece of wool, and we're ready to begin weaving. So we're going to place our first bit of yarn through the front into the back, just as our little starting place, and we're just going to hold it there for now. And then we'll begin to weave over and under the wire wreath form. So here I'm going over, and I've noticed that you want to pull it entirely through each pass instead of letting it build up and pulling it all. It tends to get super fuzzy and destroy the yarn pieces if you weave too many before pulling it through. So now we've got to the bottom. We're going to go around this outside edge and then going over the one that we went under on the previous pass through to create that nice woven look. When we arrive back at the top, we're going to wrap around the top before coming under through the back side. And that is 2 complete pass-throughs that we will repeat over and over again until we've created a woven look that covers the wires. So don't worry about the wire still showing through at this point. We're going to push the stitches together once we get enough yarn in there. So here is where we'll begin to press the woven part together so that it covers up all of the wire. So we'll continue weaving and then pushing close together until we've completed this entire section before we get to the post, and I'll show you how to switch to another section seamlessly. So here we are coming up on the end of our first section of wool. We want to weave it into where the edge is facing the back side. So before we get it too short, we want to plan out where it's going to land. So here I'm going through the center and out the back, and I think this is where we're going to stop. We want it in the middle and on the back side. So now we'll take our next section of yarn. And we'll hold the end of our new section to the end of our old section and pretend it is one piece and continue working as if we had the same piece. Just hold those two ends in the back for now until you've gotten a couple passes done, and I'll show you how to tie them off. So now we can tie off those ends. We're literally just going to double knot them together and trim off any of the excess. This way we've got the joins on the back side and they're not visible at all on the front. And now we'll continue weaving on how we were. And then we're going to go across this post. So we've got a couple more pass throughs. You want it to be nice and tight before we get it actually up to the post. Now that we've got it nice and tight, we'll begin to weave a sort of S pattern around this post. So it's right there. We're going to have this side pressed up against it and go under and over. But instead of going over the same side, we're going to go over the post side and through the center over there, which creates the beginning of this S-shaped pattern that we're going for. And then we're going to come back across this post and pull up through the bottom and around the top. And this is just going to make that post very not visible once we've gotten all the stitches pressed together. Once we've pressed all of these pass-throughs together near the post, you just kind of want to take a look and see if you can see any of it. You may have to do a little bit of adjusting of the wool over any pieces of the post that you can still see, but all in all, it's fairly seamless. So we're going to continue weaving all the way around this piece. Just going to show you one more time quickly how to tie off and add a new piece. So we're in the center and we're on the back side. We're going to bring in our new piece of wool and put the two ends together, pretending like we never ended, and just continue weaving on with the new piece until we have several pass-throughs in order to tie off on the back side. Here, we'll tie those two ends together with a double knot and trim off that excess wool. Here we are with our finished woven wreath. It looks so nice and minimalist, and here's our little hanger at the top. So now it's time to add any greenery or flowers that we would like. So I just have this eucalyptus in one of my vases as home decor, and I've just taken the liberty of cutting off a chunk of it to use as my wreath decoration. I decided I like the look of placing it curled around the left side, so I'm just going to take a string of jute and tie a bow around it to secure it in place. I like the look of the jute hanging off of it, so I'm not going to trim any right this moment. And here we are, a quick and easy piece of home decor that you can DIY. I hope you have enjoyed creating with me today. If you did, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'll see you very soon, and thanks so much for watching.